The visuals of this show, guys, is simply amazing. I mean, in the way it is shot, it is simply a meaning behind everything. The visuals are simply breathtaking, especially with these white hallways in the workplace. I also very much like the ending, where they had all the main 3 innies on split screen, and you could see the story unfold at the same time. It reminded me very much of how they used to do the season finales in 24, because when you have all those 3 people on split screen to follow the story, it makes the episode much more thrilling and intensifying to follow. It is not very often that you have a show that has developed a whole new set of terms, like severed, innie, and outie. Those are examples from the show, which really makes it unique. Now, some people told me that they had a similar concept in Travelers, which I don't know very much about. But in a way, I feel this is the most unique show in years, because the concept is done in a very good way. And all those things on the outside makes meaning from things happening in the workplace. I mean, you might feel that the lives on the outside are conducted in a somewhat boring way, but it all gives meaning to the whole picture of the show in the way that they do this. A really good example of how this show is done in a very good way is the way you see the Innie Mark when he is among all these unknown people, as he is just used to seeing known people in the workplace, and he seems really nervous about it during this reading from his friend, who is the friend of his outie. And that is a piece of real splendid acting from Adam Scott. I also very much like the opening, and I think this is another unique element from the show. In the opening scene, you see Helly lying on the table, and you're thinking, oh my word, what is going on here? And in a podcast, I saw that they would refer this to some of the scenes in Squid Game. And I think the first scene and the first moments of the show really gives a good hook for the viewer and gives a certain interest to follow the show more and gets the viewer very excited for what's to come. Many shows nowadays focus too much on the character building and not too much on the story or the concept of the shows. But here I feel that they have found the right balance and don't use up too much time on the character building. There is a real balance here in the show, which makes it easier for the viewer to follow the story and get the interest growing as one starts to watch more and more. Of course, one might say that it is a different approach in this show because it is a mystery show after all. But I really like the way they conduct the balance between the story concept and the character building. As with any show, there is always speculation about what's about to happen next, and the way they reveal a little piece by piece is very interesting. This is unique in a way that there's so much we don't know. Like, what are those goats for? Do they do cloning at Lumin? Why does Irving have a list of every employee that has been working at Lumin? And why has he specifically singled out Bert on the list already? The Innie he takes a liking to during work. And also, one more interesting feature is about Helly, who we now know is actually named Helena. Why did she decide to be severed as the first person to be severed in the story? Was that because of the pressure from her father? Was she a test subject? I mean, there's so much speculation about this show. There will be speculation galore until the second season, and I'm very excited for this. What will happen next in Severance? We don't really know, but let the speculation continue.